We're going to start writing quick vocabulary, less than 5 minutes if you listen to double speed.
The first word is onomatopoeia, and it's a noun that means the naming of a thing or action by a vocal imitation of the sound associated with it, such as buzz or hiss. Or it's the use of words whose sound suggests the sense.
The whiz, or is it the whoosh, or maybe shh, of an ace being served is described by rival tennis players as the opening moments of Anna Ziegler's The Last Match. So you can hear those onomatopoeia words in there, the whoosh or the shush or the whiz, right? However they describe that sound they hear when the ball gets hit. So that is onomatopoeia, the name of a thing or action by a vocal imitation of the sound associated with it, such as buzz, hiss. The use of words whose sound suggest the sense, and that's a noun.
And the etymology of this, onoma means name, and poeien means to make. So, to make the name. So, its name is making itself, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. Makes sense.
The next word is vulnerable. Vulnerable is an adjective. It means capable of being physically or emotionally wounded, or being open to attack or damage.
The article reminds readers to install the latest antivirus software on their computers so they will not be vulnerable to malware and viruses. And that is vulnerable. It is capable of being physically or emotionally wounded, open to attack or damage, assailable.
The etymology is vulnus, which is a wound.
Oh.
And it says, see Valhalla.
What?
Oh, and so that would be like the Hall of the Wounded.
Oh, the Hall of the Wounded.
So vulnerable and Valhalla.
That's interesting.
Oh.
That's a very interesting connection.
The next word is founder. Founder is a verb, to founder. And it means to make or become disabled or lame, to give away or collapse, to become submerged, or to come to grief.
All right. As the vessel began to founder, the captain ordered everyone on board to prepare to abandon ship. And I'm going to emphasize that this is the verb form of founder, because I think most of us are very familiar with the noun form. So this is the verb founder, to make or become disabled or lame, to give way, collapse, to become submerged, sink, or to come to grief, fail. That's the founder.
And it comes from a Latin word fundus, which means bottom. So like you think of profound, meaning at the very bottom.
Huh.
The next word is succinct. Succinct is an adjective meaning marked by compact, precise expression without wasted words.
Holmquist's writing is sparse in style, eloquently succinct, but the layers of the world she's created are manifold. This is succinct. It's an adjective marked by compact, precise expression without wasted words.
Oh, interesting. You may be familiar with the biblical phrase to gird up your loins, which is like you have your long, I don't know what they'd call it, a tunic? That you pull up your tunic so that you can run. That's called girding up your loins.
Uh-huh.
And there's a a Latin word, succinctus, which means to tuck up. And it meant to tuck up your clothing, like make your robe shorter so you can run. Yeah, that's where this comes from. Succinct.
And now it applies to words. Make the words shorter.
Gird up your words. The next word is Aegis. It's spelled Aegis. Aegis. Aegis is a noun meaning a shield or breastplate emblematic of majesty that was associated with Zeus and Athena. Aegis is also a protection, a controlling or conditioning influence. It can also mean auspices or sponsorship or control or guidance, especially by an individual, group, or system. Wow, that's a lot of different directions to go.
Yeah. Aegis. The matter will be dealt with under the aegis of the Ethics Committee. So this is Aegis. It's a noun. It is a shield or breastplate emblematic of majesty that was associated with Zeus and Athena, protection, controlling or conditioning influence, auspice or sponsorship, and control or guidance, especially by an individual, group, or system.
An Aegis comes from Greek mythology. An Aegis is a goat, and Zeus's shield was made of goat skin.
Whoa! That's funny. That's crazy.
And so Athena also had an Aegis, so a goatskin cloak, which was set with a gorgon's head and fringed with snakes. So this tale of these protective armors, yeah, is where that comes from. Becomes figurative of that.
All right, this is The Garden of Love by William Blake. I laid me down upon a bank, where love lay sleeping. I heard among the rushes dank, weeping, weeping. When I went to the heath and the wild, to the thistles and thorns of the waste, and they told me how they were beguiled, driven out and compelled to the chaste. I went to the garden of love, and saw what I never had seen. A chapel was built in the midst, where I used to play on the green. And the gates of this chapel were shut, and thou shalt not written over the door. So I turned to the garden love that so many sweet flowers bore. And I saw it was filled with graves, and tombstone where flowers should be, and priests in black gowns were walking their rounds, and the binding with briars my joys and desires. As always, thanks for listening, and let your friends know about the podcast.